There's the ayah in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about one of the ways that you can know that the Quran is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and that the Quran is valid and authentic is that you will not find any inconsistencies. You won't find any contradictions in the Quran. Meaning, when you find inconsistencies and contradictions, this is a sign of falsehood. It's a sign of fakeness. And if you look at just what we're talking about now, this whole white supremacist narrative, together with the basically Jewish control of everything in the world narrative, there's a blatant contradiction here. Which one is it? Because also, according to your whole philosophy of evolution and survival of the fittest and so forth, well, if the Jews have achieved this level of domination when they're only a handful of millions, well, you should just give up the game then. Clearly, they're the superior people and they should just run the world, according to your philosophy of evolution. But you also insist upon the white supremacist narrative that the white people and the Europeans and so forth, that they're the superior culture and so forth, and yet somehow they have been tricked and misled and are operated like puppets by this nefarious, supposedly nefarious race of people, which isn't even a race. There are so many contradictions. There's so many inconsistencies in all of this. And all that points to is that none of it is true. None of it is even believed by the people who say it. Their whole value system, all value systems that they ever talk about, is nothing but camouflage. That's how they look at value systems and morals and so on. They just look at it as camouflage, because at the end of the day, they're the ones, they want to operate in a primitive manner, in a savage manner, in an animalistic manner, and just attack and take, just acquire by any means. They want to acquire, control, dominate, pillage, plunder, rape, steal, murder, kill, everything. They want to just approach life in this way. So whenever they talk about their morals and talk about their values, it's nothing but a camouflage. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that whenever they talk about these things, they don't even mean what they're saying. So we have to be on our guard and protect ourselves from ever believing that they believe what they're saying, and then us believing in the same values that they are talking about. You understand me? Because they only constructed all of this as a form of camouflage to allow themselves to come close to us to attack, to get within striking distance of us, to gain our trust and to let our guard down. And now we're supposed to take the values that they espouse as a hunting strategy and adopt it for ourselves when that hunting strategy was only ever concocted to victimize us. So no, we have to reject all of this because it's false from the start to the finish, and we have to return to our own epistemological sovereignty, our own source of knowledge, our own sources of truth, our own value systems, and so on. Because, as I say, they never believed anything that they said. They only use it as a way to get close to what they want to attack. Because I hear this many times, that we'll take a word of truth, even from someone who is dishonest. Like, for example, you have many Muslims who used to share, for example, Jordan Peterson or Tucker Carlson, or even a Ben Shapiro, or any of these other types of people, and they'll say, well, okay, I don't agree with everything they say, but in this particular segment, they said something very true. Are they the only ones? Are they the only ones that ever said that true word, that you're going to share their content? You're never going to find a deceitful, dishonest, lying, satanic person telling you something that's true that you couldn't hear from a truthful person. Why are you sharing the content of your enemies because they happen to say something that's true this time? You know what I'm saying? Like you could get those same points if you just shared, for example, even some ayat of Quran, if you shared some hadith, or if you shared the scholars, or if you shared even just your Muslim brothers and sisters who are saying the same things, but for some reason you like to hear it from the kuffar. Why? Okay, fine, maybe they said something that was good, but you know that they're saying it for dishonest reasons. Don't share these types of things. These like now you have the Tucker Carlsons and the Candace Owens and the whoever else that are saying things that you interpret as being pro-Palestinian, but you know that they have deceitful motives for what they're doing. Why are you sharing their content and legitimizing these people? Even if they're saying something that's honest, they're dishonest people, and you could get those same honest words from an honest person. So be more careful about what you share and who you elevate and who you raise up on your own personal platforms, on social media, on your own accounts, and so on. And don't share something from deceitful, dishonest people just because they happen to, for their own opportunistic reasons, say something that's true. You can share those same true sentiments and those same true words from people who are upon the truth rather than people who are upon falsehood.